Good morning, everybody. So this is my first attempt at Facebook Live doing a yoga class, and honestly, I have no idea if anyone's watching or anyone's listening, but that doesn't matter. Because if you are watching or listening, welcome. And yeah, let's just get started. So start by taking a whatever comfortable position you want to be in this morning. So I like to, I stack a couple of blocks and I sit on them in kind of a kneeling position, but if you prefer to sit or lie down, that's completely your choice. So find a comfortable position, and let's take these first few moments of our time together to just sit and collect ourselves. So begin first by just letting yourself be where you are at this particular moment in time. So presumably you're at home somewhere. And just allow yourself to be there without judgment, without thought, without anticipation or anxiety. So the rest of the day will unfold in its own time. But this time right now is for you. Begin connecting inward, noticing your breath. Again, without judgment, just noticing your breath, not trying to manipulate it in any way. Noticing the sensations on the inhale. Maybe you sense the coolness of the air on the tips of your nostrils as you breathe in. Maybe you sense your body relaxing, your shoulders dropping away from your ears on the exhale. Begin to breathe a little more deeply, drawing the breath deep down into the belly, allowing the belly to expand, and then filling the lungs from the belly to the tops of the lungs, so belly, rib cage, and chest. And then as you exhale, allow the lungs to empty, chest, ribs, draw the belly in gently to expel the air. Inhale to the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. In slowly. And out slowly. Again, in and out. Adding some gentle movement to our breath. On your next inhale, allow the arms to float up overhead as if they were rising on the pillow of your breath. And then exhale, allow the arms to float gently back down. Again, inhaling, arms floating up overhead. And exhaling, arms floating back down. One more time, allow the arms to float up as you breathe in. And then hold the arms up overhead as you exhale. Another inhale, reach the arms up toward the ceiling, stretching the arms long, reaching the spine and head up toward the top of the ceiling. Exhale here. One more deep breath in. Allow your head to drop back and gaze up towards your hands, up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, draw your hands down to heart center. Let your chin drop down towards your chest, stretching out the back of the neck. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Again, a deep breath in. And empty. Next inhale is to Om one time. Allow your eyes to open. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, letting the palms touch at the top. And as you exhale, allow the right hand to drop down to your side, reaching the left arm over toward the right hand, stretching out the left side of the body. Take a deep breath in, stretching toward the left, toward the right. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. As you inhale, take a little twist, looking under the left armpit up toward the ceiling or the top of the wall. Exhale here. Inhale, coming back up to center. Allow the both arms to float up overhead, palms touch at the top. And let the left hand drop down toward the floor, reaching the right fingertips over toward your left, stretching out the right side of the rib cage. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another deep breath, stretching, reaching those fingertips toward the wall. Exhale here. And then inhaling a gentle twist toward the left, looking under the armpit up toward the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale here. Inhale, coming back up to center. Allow both hands to float up toward the top. Exhale, draw your hands down to heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out your mouth. Another deep breath in. And empty. Once again, float the arms up overhead as you take a deep breath in. As you exhale, take a twist to the right. You can drop your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen. And exhale, twist. Inhale, come back through center, arms float up overhead. Exhale, take a twist to the other side. Deep breath in, drawing the sternum up and forward. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back through center, deep breath in as the arms float up overhead. Exhale, hands draw down to your heart. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Deep breath in. And again, exhale. Float the arms up overhead as you take a deep breath in, filling the lungs, bottom to top, expanding the ribs. As you exhale, roll over onto your hands and knees, finding a tabletop position. I'm going to scoot in to see if anybody's watching or listening. Oh, I see Sharon. Welcome. So find a tabletop position, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, hips over the knees. Take a deep breath in as you drop down into a cow position, dropping the belly, lifting the head and the tail. And then exhale to cat pose, scared cat, rising, pushing the spine up toward the ceiling as you tuck the belly in, drop the head. Inhale, cow pose, deep breath in. And exhale to cat. 2 more, inhale, deep breath in. Dropping the belly, lifting the head and the tail, cow pose. Exhale, cat. And once again, dropping down to cow, deep breath. Exhaling, cat pose. Push that upper back up away from the floor. And come back to a neutral spine, tabletop position. Inhale, the right arm forward. As you exhale, take the left leg back behind you. Maybe kickstand the big toe. Maybe float that foot up off the floor. Bird dog pose. Take a deep breath in as you reach the fingertips and the heel away from each other. Exhale here. Another deep breath. And exhale, hand and knee back down. Inhaling the other arm forward. Take the opposite leg back behind you. Kickstand the big toe. And then lift that leg up. Finding a balance pose here. Balancing table. Sometimes called bird dog pose. Deep breath in. Reaching the heel and the fingertips away from each other. Hold as you exhale. Another deep breath in. And exhale the hand and the knee back down. Deep breath in as you drop into a cow pose. Exhaling to cat pose. And back to tabletop. Once again, taking the right arm forward and the left foot back. Kickstanding the big toe, lifting that left leg up high. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, draw the elbow and the knee together. Inhale, extend arm and leg. Exhale, elbow to knee. Once again, extend. Exhale it out. One more time, extend. And then hand and knee back down. Take a breath cycle here to reset the hips and the shoulders, and then take it to the other side. Left arm forward, right leg goes back, lifting that right leg up off the floor, finding a balance pose here, and then exhale, elbow and knee draw together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Once again, extend, big breath in. Elbow to knee. Extend one more time, deep breath in. And exhale back to your tabletop position. Take a deep breath in, curl the toes under, set your hips back towards your heels. Push your hands forward on the mat, pushing forward into your fingertips. And then lift the hips up into the air. Find a downward facing dog. Step the feet apart, hip width distance. And really lift those hips nice and high. Straightening the arms, maybe a soft bend in the knees. Allowing the hamstrings and the sit bones to release. Just hold here and breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, a deep breath. And exhale. Inhale, take the right leg nice and high, deep breath in. And as you exhale, bend the knee and twist open to the right, spinning that knee up toward the ceiling, drawing the heel in towards your bum. Deep breath. Push the fingers away from you as you reach that knee up toward the ceiling. Exhale the right leg back down. Inhale here, find your down dog. Exhale it out. And then inhale, take the left leg nice and high. Again, as you exhale, bending the knee, twisting open toward the left. Maybe dropping the head to look under the armpit. Spin that knee nice and high as you draw the heel in towards your bum. Deep breath. Exhale it out. Another deep breath in. As you exhale, drop that left leg back down to the floor, finding your down dog here. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more breath. And as you exhale, walk your feet forward to your hands, finding a forward fold position. Maybe grab a block or two if you have one handy, to ground your arms on something, softening the knees, letting the head be heavy, letting the belly rest down on the thighs. You can take your thumbs, if you'd like, and take those thumbs right into your hip crease and push your thigh bones back into the hip socket, finding a little more depth to your forward fold. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Draw the belly in and up as you breathe in. Fold into that space as you exhale. Another deep breath, maybe straightening the legs slightly. Exhale here. One more breath. And empty. Now walk yourself up halfway. Hands can come to the shins or to your knees. Deep breath. Exhale, find that forward fold again, letting the hands slide back down to the floor or to your blocks. Inhale, coming up halfway. Deep breath. Squeeze the belly in and up. Exhale, fold forward. And then once again, as you inhale, coming up halfway. This time, let's lift the elbows up by the rib cage, flattening out the upper back. Lift the head up so that your nose is pointed straight down toward the floor. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale it out. Again, maybe take your thumbs and find that hip crease and push the thigh bones back into your hip socket. Squeeze the belly in and up. Squeeze those elbows up toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, release and fold forward. Inhale, find that active halfway lift. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward, let the head drop. This time come all the way up. So find your mountain pose, straightening the legs, Take another breath in as you reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, draw the hands down to heart center. And by your side, mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another deep breath in. And let it go. Inhale, float those arms up overhead, deep breath in. Drop the head back, look up, reach up. As you exhale, find an easy chair pose here. So a gentle Utkatasana. Chair pose here, just an easy chair. Focusing on the feet, so maybe lift up your toes so you feel the floor or the mat underneath the balls of your feet. Arms up overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Lift the corners of your mouth. Exhale. Another breath in. As you exhale, draw the hands down to cactus arms. And squeeze those elbows back behind you and draw them down in towards your hips, sort of chicken wings. Take a deep breath in here. Squeeze those elbows down as you sit a little bit lower. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. And then inhale, straighten up, reach up, look up, deep breath in. Hands to heart center. And by your side, mountain pose, Tadasana. Breath in through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Another deep breath in. And exhale. Float those arms up overhead. Deep breath in, reaching skyward. Exhale, find that easy chair pose again. Shifting the weight to your left foot. Kickstand the right big toe. And draw that right knee up in towards your chest. Flex the toes up towards your shin. If you're wobbly, you can ground your ankle against the other knee, squeezing the ankle and the knee together for a little bit of stability. Take another deep breath in, and then step it down, straighten up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to your heart, and by your side, mountain pose. Breath in, and breath out. Inhale again, arms up overhead, deep breath, reach up and look up. Exhale, back to that easy chair pose. Shift your weight to the other foot. Kickstand the other big toe. And then float that knee up in towards your chest. This side might be a little more wobbly. It is for me, definitely. So you can ground that ankle against your opposite knee. A little bit of pressure between the two. Helps stabilize. You take a deep breath in. Exhale, step it down. Reach up, look up, fill. Exhale, hands to heart center, and by your side, mountain pose. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. And empty. Float those arms up overhead. Deep breath in, reaching up and looking up. As you exhale, find your Utkatasana chair pose. Feet are about hip to width distance apart. You can lift up your toes, feeling the weight drop back into the heels. Squeeze the belly in and up, pelvic floor in and up as you drop that bum down and back. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. Exhale. Once more. And as you exhale, belly to your thighs, fold forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Once again, halfway lift this time as you breathe in. Fold forward, exhale. Mountain pose coming all the way up. Deep breath, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead, deep breath. Chair pose down to your forward fold. Let the belly button kiss your thighs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Fold forward, exhale, let the head drop. Inhale, coming all the way up, straightening the legs, squeeze the bum, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Breath in through the nose. Exhale, out the mouth. Float the arms up overhead, deep breath in. Chair pose down to your forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Once again, mountain pose. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the bum. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Float the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale back to that chair pose. This time floating the right knee up in toward the chest. Step it back and find a short forward lunge. Deep breath. Lift the back heel as you sink into the front knee. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another breath. Exhale, hands draw down to heart center. Inhale, take the arms out to cactus arms. Again, draw those elbows down in towards your waist. As you open up the chest, take the gaze upward. Squeeze the back leg. Inhale, arms float up overhead. Exhale, elbows down towards your waist, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, squeeze those elbows down and back. Once again, float the arms up overhead, and then hands to heart center. Step forward, top of your mat. Take a deep breath in, and exhale it out. Another deep breath, and empty. Once again, float the arms up overhead, deep breath in. Finding that easy chair pose, floating the other knee up in towards your chest, and step it back, finding your short lunge here. Deep breath in. Sink a little bit into that front knee. Squeeze the back leg, lifting the back heel. Breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale here, reach up and look up. Exhale, hands draw down to cactus arms. Inhale, squeeze those elbows back behind you. Exhale, draw the elbows down in towards your waist. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, squeeze those elbows back and down. Once again, arms float up overhead, deep breath. Exhale, elbows back and down. Deep breath in, arms come up overhead. Hands to heart, step that back foot forward, top of your mat. Breath in through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Another deep breath in. And exhale it out. Allow the arms to drop down by the sides. Ground down through the bottoms of the feet. Maybe lift up the toes to feel the balls of your feet. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your bum. Draw the shoulders back and down. Mountain pose, Tadasana. And feel your head stacked over your shoulders, stacked over your hips, stacked over your heels. Alignment, deep breath in. Empty it out. Another deep breath. And exhale. Inhale, float those arms up overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, allowing the belly button to kiss the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right leg back into a long lunge here, a low lunge. Grab your blocks if you need them, so that you can wiggle that front foot forward so that it's in between your hands. Back leg is long and straight. Walk back and forth, rock back and forth on the ball of your back foot, stretching out the plantar fascia. Yeah, maybe even floating over onto the toes, rolling the toes over. And then take a deep breath in as you drop that hip and look up and forward. Exhale, straightening the front leg, looking down toward the back foot. Inhale, rock forward and look up, deep breath in. Exhale, take it back, straightening that front leg, dropping the head down toward the front knee. Once again, rocking it forward, deep breath in, look up. Exhale, take it back, push down into that back heel. Take a deep breath in here, and then step it forward, back to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, flatten that upper back, and then exhale, step the other leg back into your low lunge. Again, rocking back and forth on the ball of the back foot. Maybe rolling over the toes, coming onto the tops of the toes. That's it. And then as you breathe in, drop that hip toward the floor as you draw the sternum and the forehead forward. Exhale, straightening the front leg, pushing down into the back heel. Inhale, rock forward and look up, deep breath. Exhale, rock it back. Once again, rocking forward, looking up, deep breath in. Exhale, taking it back. Hold here as you push down into that back heel, and then step it forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. And then all the way up to mountain pose. Reaching those arms up overhead, stretching skyward. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another deep breath. And empty. Float the arms skyward. Deep breath in, drop the head back and look up. Exhale all the way down to your forward fold, softening the knees as you go. Inhale, lift up halfway, and then exhale once again, step that right leg back to your low lunge. Keeping the right hand on the floor, let's take a twist open to the left. So you're opening toward the front knee, whichever knee that happens to be. Reaching that hand up toward the ceiling, take a deep breath in, squeeze that back leg, and then option to fall over, or option to float that front hand up toward the front of the room. Take a deep breath in, exhale it out, another breath, and then hands back down to the floor or to your blocks. Step that back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, and then exhale, step the other leg back. Nice long low lunge. Twisting open to the other side, so opening up toward that front knee. Squeeze the back leg as you draw that front knee in towards your center line. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and then option to float that front hand up away from the floor, up toward the front of the room. Maybe you just float up to your fingertips. Maybe the hand doesn't float up off the floor at all. Take one deep breath, and then exhale both hands back down, stepping to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, fold forward as you exhale, and then come all the way up. Rising high, mountain pose, reaching high, looking up. Hands to heart center, and by your side, mountain pose. Take a deep breath in, and exhale it out, let the shoulders drop. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears as you breathe in, and then exhale, let them drop. Another deep breath in, shrugging those shoulders up, and then exhale, just let them drop. Breath in through the nose, and exhale out the mouth. Float the arms up overhead. Once again, allow the head to drop back, looking up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway, and then exhale to a plank pose. So walking or stepping both feet back, finding a high push-up position. So shoulders stacked over the wrists, long straight spine, push down into the floor, opening up the upper back as if you were in cat pose. Option to drop down to your knees to a half plank, uncurling the toes. Take a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, settle back into a child's pose, allowing the head to drop down toward the floor, reaching the fingertips away from you. Deep breath in, empty it out. Another deep breath, and let it go. Inhale, coming back up to your tabletop, and then float your shoulders forward over your wrist, coming back to that half plank. Curl the toes under, find your full plank. Take a deep breath in here, And then lift the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. Maybe walk the feet in slightly, finding that optimal down dog length. Pushing forward into the fingertips, reaching the hips up and back. Allow the head to be heavy. Maybe swivel it gently, side to side. And then again, maybe nod it up and down. Shaking it yes and no. Deep breath in. Exhale it out, let the heels drop. Another breath. Exhale here. One more breath in here. Empty. And then lift the heels, bend the knees, and look forward. As you exhale, travel to the top of your mat, back to your forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Fold forward as you exhale. Mountain pose, coming all the way up. Straighten the legs, squeeze the bum, arms overhead. Urdhva Hastasana, hands to heart center. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another deep breath in. And empty. Arms, foot up overhead, deep breath. And then find that easy chair pose. Shifting the weight again to the right foot, let's draw the left knee up into your chest. Squeezing that knee up into your chest, float the toes up towards your shin. Take another breath and step it down. Straighten up, reach up, look up. Back to your chair pose. Shifting the weight to the other side. Draw that knee up in towards your chest, flexing the toes up towards your shin. If you're wobbly, ground that ankle against your knee. Deep breath. And exhale, step it down. Reach up, look up, fill. Forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Fold forward. Once again, halfway. And then exhale, stepping both feet back, finding your plank pose. Maybe your half plank pose. Deep breath in. This time lower all the way down to the floor. And then squeeze the legs, lift up the head and the chest, cobra pose. Exhale, pranam, forehead back down. Again, inhaling, squeezing the legs, lifting up the head and the chest. Exhale, pranam. This time, upward facing dog. Go ahead and straighten the arms. Maybe the thighs float up off the floor, maybe they don't. Take your gaze forward, deep breath in. Exhale, down to downward facing dog. You can go through tabletop or child's pose to get there. Deep breath in. And exhale it out. I think I'm going to take a little child's pose here for a couple breaths. Dropping the hips back toward my heels. Head down to the floor. Breath in. Empty it out. Deep breath. Exhale. Reaching the fingertips forward, finding your downward facing dog again, lifting those hips up and back. Take a deep breath in. Empty it out. And then inhale, take the right leg forward, up in between your hands. You can grab your ankle and step it forward if you need to. Flatten that back foot and come on up into a warrior one. That's it. So the back foot is pointed out about 45 degrees. Knee stacked over the front ankle. Deep breath in. Exhale here. And then interlace your fingers above your head. Really reach that index finger up toward the ceiling. Deep breath in. Sink into that front knee. Release the bind on top. Take your hands down behind your lower back. Interlace your fingers. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then find a humble warrior. Dropping your chest down towards your front knee. Let the head drop. Maybe the hands float up off the lower back. Maybe they don't. Take a deep breath in. Empty it out. Another deep breath. And exhale. Release the bind with the hands as you draw yourself back upwards. Deep breath in. And then hands to the mat. Step that front foot back. Find your plank pose or half plank pose. Deep breath in. And then find your flow back to your downward facing dog. Maybe you drop down to a pranam. and an upward facing dog. Maybe you just go straight back to downward facing dog. Deep breath. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. And empty. Fill. Exhale completely. This time stepping the left foot forward. Try to get that left foot all the way in between your hands. The hack I use is to drop the opposite knee. Flattening that back foot, find your warrior one. Arms floating up overhead. Squeeze that back leg. And sink into the front knee. Breath in. Exhale it out. Again, interlacing the fingers. Try to put the other thumb on top so you're interlacing them the opposite direction. And then point those index fingers up toward the ceiling, really stretching out the arms toward the ceiling. Maybe dropping the head back. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, release that bind. Draw the hands down behind your lower back. Again, the other thumb on top. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And find your humble warrior. Dropping the head down. Maybe dropping the head down so that you can look at your back foot. If your balance is wobbly, lift up the head so your nose is pointed down toward the floor. Maybe float the arms up off the low back. Maybe not. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. Empty. Float yourself all the way up and release the bind. Arms float up overhead. Again, hands to the mat. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here in downward facing dog. We have any more people? So we have Cheryl. Oh, we have Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Are you watching from Germany? All right, finding your downward facing dog again, drawing those hips and sit bones up and back, straightening the arms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let the heels drop toward the floor. Another deep breath, really pushing the fingertips away from you, opening up those shoulders, letting the head drop. Exhale, let the heels drop. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale completely. And then let's step the right foot forward, finding warrior two. Again, you can drop the opposite knee as a hack. Finding that warrior two. So back foot is open. Arms at shoulder height. Sinking into that front knee. Stacking that front knee over your ankle. Reaching the front fingertips forward and the back fingertips back. Take a breath in here. Sink into that front knee. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears, finding a little tension. And then drop the shoulders down and back. Belly in and up. Pelvic floor in and up. Deep breath in. Empty it out. Another deep breath. And exhale. Flip that front palm. Let's reverse our warrior, reaching that front hand up and back. Exhale, elbow to knee, finding a temporary side angle pose. Inhale, reverse your warrior, windshield wipering back and forth. Exhale, find that temporary side angle pose. Once again, reaching up and back, reverse your warrior. This time side angle pose, and let's hold. Taking the opposite arm up overhead, and then maybe rotating it forward so the elbow comes by your ear. Try to get that lower elbow down off away from the knee. Squeeze the back leg. Deep breath. Empty it out. Another deep breath. Exhale. One more breath in here. Empty it out. And then coming out of that again, reversing your warrior. Deep breath in. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Any which way you can. Any which way you can. Oh, 3 deep breaths here in downward facing dog. Fill. and empty. Deep breath. Exhale it out. One more breath in here. And empty. And then step the opposite forward, finding your warrior two on the other side. I'm going to flip my way around so that I can still look at you guys. So back foot spins flat, front toes pointing ahead. Find that nice warrior two position. Sinking into that front knee, stacking the front knee over the right ankle, the front ankle. Deep breath. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. Squeeze that back leg as you sink into the front knee. Maybe shrug the shoulders up by the ears, finding a little tension. And then let the shoulders drop down the back, finding ease. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Flip the front palm. Let's reverse our warrior. Deep breath, reaching up and back. And then exhale, a temporary side angle pose. Windshield wiper it back. Deep breath in, reversing your warrior. Exhale, temporary side angle. And once again, reversing, deep breath in. This time side angle pose and hold. Yeah, taking that top hand up toward the ceiling. Energy pulling upwards, squeeze the back leg. Maybe even float the bottom hand up off the knee. And then rotate that top hand around so that the elbow comes by your ear. Side angle pose, deep breath in. Exhale it out. Squeeze the back leg. Exhale. One more breath. Empty it out. And then once again, reversing your warrior, deep breath in. Float that bottom hand up and overhead. And then cartwheel it down. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. And empty. Fill once more. Exhale completely. And then inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, rise, coming all the way up. Mountain pose, taking the arms up overhead, breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart. And by your side, mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. And empty. Fill one more time. Exhale completely. Draw the hands to heart center. Let's find a tree pose this morning. So shifting the weight to your left foot. Really drive down through the left foot. And then kickstand the right big toe. Draw that right foot up against your left leg. Any place along the left leg. So what works best for me is to draw it up against my calf, but if you've got the flexibility, you can frame your knee, or you can draw that foot all the way up into your groin, pointing the knee out toward the side. Again, lift the corners of your mouth. It's tree pose. You can float the arms up overhead, maybe grow some leaves and some flowers. It's springtime. The cherry blossoms are starting to bloom here in DC. Nobody's here to see them, but they're still blooming. Take a deep breath. Empty it out. Another breath. And exhale, step it down. Hands come back to heart center. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. And let's take that tree pose to the other side. Shifting the weight, oh, you cut my head off. Shifting the weight to the other foot. And then drawing the left foot up against the right leg. Any place along. Pressing the foot and the leg together. Sometimes tree pose works. Sometimes it doesn't. Squeeze the standing leg. Press the lifted foot against the leg back against the foot. Yeah, belly in and up, pelvic floor in and up. And then float those arms up overhead. Breath in. Empty it out, grow those leaves and the flowers. Deep breath. Exhale. One more breath. And step it down, hands come to heart center. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another deep breath in. And empty. Float the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. All the way down to your forward fold as you exhale. You can let the belly button kiss the thighs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale back to your plank pose. Maybe half plank pose. Take a deep breath in here. And again, find downward facing dog. A big down dog stretch here. Maybe walk the feet in a little bit. Really tuck the tailbone and lift it high. Drop the head. Maybe swivel the head side to side. Maybe nod it up and down a couple of times. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. And empty. Fill one more time. Empty completely. And then go ahead and drop back down to a tabletop. Walk the right knee forward to the right wrist. We're finding pigeon pose. And then you can swivel that right foot toward the left wrist. Walking the left leg back behind you. Starting with an upright position, really squeeze the back leg. And then maybe lift up onto your fingertips. Maybe draw the hands up to heart center. Maybe the arms float up overhead. Maybe they don't. Take a deep breath in. And then walk that left leg back behind you. Finding pigeon pose here. If this is difficult or it feels impossible, feel free to float over onto your back and find pigeon on your back, a figure four position, crossing the right ankle over the left knee and drawing the left knee in towards your chest. So wherever you are, whether you're in forward facing pigeon or on your back in a figure four, take 5 nice long deep breaths. If you're in forward facing pigeon, go ahead and walk your hands back, drawing the chest up and forward, finding that upright pigeon position. If you're in a figure four position, go ahead and uncross the legs and drop the feet back down to the floor. Take a deep breath in wherever you are. Exhale it out. And then if you're in that upright pigeon, find your way back to downward facing dog and lift up that right leg and do some circles with it. Whatever feels good. And then taking that pigeon to the other side, feel free to drop down to a tabletop again, drawing the left knee forward toward the left wrist, spinning that shin around toward the right wrist, walking that right leg back behind you, starting upright again, maybe coming up onto the fingertips, maybe floating the hands up off the floor, maybe not. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. Exhale. And then walk your hands forward, allowing the chest and the head to sink down toward the floor. Again, if this is difficult or impossible, which it sometimes is, feel free to float over onto your back, finding that figure four position, crossing the left ankle over the right knee and drawing the right knee in towards your chest. And from here, again, 5 deep breaths. If you're in forward facing pigeon, begin to walk your hands back towards your chest, lifting up your head and your chest, finding that upright pigeon position. And then exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog, lifting up the left leg, moving it around in whatever way feels good. Finding a downward facing dog, lifting up that left leg, doing some circles with it. And then finding a downward facing dog, lifting the sit bones up and back, straightening the arms, let the head drop, maybe shake the head gently, side to side, maybe nod it up and down a couple of times. Take a deep breath in here. Empty it out. Again, a deep breath. And empty. Last big down dog stretch here for our practice this morning, really lifting those sit bones up and back. Exhale completely. And then drop down to the knees, finding tabletop. Walk the knees forward and roll over onto your back. Excuse me. So, feet are about hip width distance apart. Feel free to start with your arms up overhead or arms by your side as we find a bridge pose. So lifting the hips up off the floor. Holding here for 5 deep breaths. Drawing the knees forward toward the toes as you lift the hips up away from the floor. Option again to take the arms up overhead, finding length from the shoulders to the knees. Deep breath. Exhale it out. 2 more. Breath in. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Slowly lower the hips down to the floor. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Feel free to gently rock side to side, massaging the lower back, massaging the muscles either side of your spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. And empty. Feel free to drop those feet back down to the floor. Grab a block if you have one handy. And let's find a supported bridge. So just a simple inversion, lifting the hips up, drawing the block underneath the sacrum, and then take the feet straight up into the air. Viparita Karani, waterfall pose. Feel free to take cactus arms with your arms, allowing the chest to open a little bit. A gravity-assisted chest opening here. 3 deep breaths. Go ahead and bend the knees, dropping the feet back down to the floor. Lift up the hips just enough to remove the block. And let the hips settle back down onto the floor. From here, you can knock your knees together, wheel your feet out to the edges of the mat. Again, finding cactus arms with your hands and arms. And then gently tick-tock the knees side to side. Finding a gentle spinal twist. Opening in the front of the opposite hip. And coming back to center, both knees in towards center. Again, draw them in towards your chest. Go ahead and grab the shins. Draw the knees in nice and tight. Take a breath in here. Exhale it out. And then inhale. Draw your chest up towards your knees. And then make everything as tight as you can. So squeeze those toes up towards your shins. Squeeze the legs in towards your chest. Squeeze your nose toward your knees. Scrunch up your face. Take a deep breath in. Hold as you exhale. And then one more inhale, squeezing everything super, super tight. Exhale, release. It's time for Shavasana. So stretching out, laying the legs out flat. If that's uncomfortable for your lower back, feel free to bend the knees, plant the feet flat on the floor. Arms are in whatever position is comfortable for you. Maybe cactus arms, maybe the arms down alongside your body. Take a moment here to make yourself comfortable. This is the final pose of our practice, Shavasana, corpse pose. It's really the most important pose that we do. It's an opportunity to find stillness. Before the madness of your day begins, take the opportunity, give yourself the gift of a few moments in Shavasana, relaxing completely, letting the body rest, letting the mind rest, softening the breath. Allow the jaw to be free, tongue is away from the roof of your mouth, teeth are parted. Soft breath. Shavasana. Gently beginning to draw your awareness back outward. Bring some gentle movement to your hands and to your feet. And as you breathe in, take your arms up and overhead. Take a nice big stretch. Then exhale, bend your knees, roll over onto your side, taking as much time as you need. Make your way back to an easy seat. Once again, drawing the hands to heart center. You can ground your knuckles against your sternum, connecting your heart to the world outside through your hands. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it out the mouth. And then drawing those thumb knuckles from your sternum, your heart center, to your forehead, your third eye center, connecting head and heart. Again, through the gift of your hands. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another deep breath in. Empty completely. We bow forward and greet each other with Namaste, which means the divine in me sees and honors the divine in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Questions or comments or feedback is welcome. Feel free to leave comments and questions in the comment box.